G'day, I'm Early. I'm the feral forager. I like to run around the city, dig up shit and eat it. Today we're going to go skipping with this fellow I met. Calls himself the Skip King. Let's go meet with him now. Alright, we're here behind the Woolworths where we're going to meet this guy who calls himself the Skip King. He said he'd meet us in the alley for some skipping, so let's see if we can't go find him. I don't see him anywhere. I mean, he said he'd met us here. I guess we'll just have a look. Right, let's see what we can find. That one looks pretty full of recycling. Hello.
Hello, son.
Hello. I take it you're the Skip King?
Yes, and who are you, young man?
Oh, I'm not a young man, actually. I'm non-binary, but my name's Early. I'm the feral forager.
Oh, wow. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. How's it going? You've
Oh,
been
good.
skipping?
This is a good one. I've found quite a few things in here, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, things like these. That's an open. I don't know why it's open, but that's good.
They look fine.
This celery is fine. It's just a bit broken.
Oh, right.
You grab that. And
yeah, it is a bit broken. That's all right.
There's quite a few. There's some fresh veggies here.
Oh, fuck. Oh, my
well,
gosh.
they're not really. They're a bit broken, but they're all right.
They
You
look
just cut that bit
enough.
off.
Yeah,
and
look,
that'll
I'll
be
make
fine.
a stew or something, man.
And then,
So,
look, these are. There's, that's a bit old. Not much good.
Oh, nah.
That's tomatoes. Bit torn, hello.
Perfect.
And here's some. This is ridiculous. This cheese is on its use-by date.
Oh, yeah?
As far as I'm concerned, it's just ready to eat now, and I'm keeping that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right.
So that's not a bad haul for once, is it?
You must be pretty good at skipping. How long have you been doing this?
Oh, as long as skips have been around, I think.
Really? That long?
Yeah, ages. I'm not sure how long it is. But there's lots of food is wasted, thrown away, and we try and fix that a bit.
Yeah, right. Well, looking at what I've got here, I reckon I could make... These capsicums look good. Maybe I'll make a goulash. And I'll bring you a bowl. How's that sound?
Excellent.
Well, thank you for your help, Skip King.
Thank
it's good
you
to meet
very
you.
much.
Cool.
Nice to meet you too.
All right, catch you around.
Happy cooking.
Yeah, happy skipping. That's great. Okay, we're back here in the kitchen. We've just met with the Skip King. He gave us all this awesome stuff, and we're going to make a goulash out of it. What we need to do first is make a stock. Gratefully, I've made some before, but I'll just talk you through how to make a quick veggie stock. We've got some carrots, onions, and celery. It's really easy to make a stock. You just chop up the veggies really roughly like this. Like so. And then you pop them in a stock pot. Something this size is good because it gives plenty of space for the water to evaporate. And we'll chop up the celery next. Now, it's important to give your celery a good wash. We've already done that. Just chop it whole like this. That's good. And put the whole lot in the stock pot. And then we cover that with water and let it simmer until it's reduced by about 20% and all the vegetables have gone completely soft and squishy. Okay, just simmer that on high heat for up to 3 hours, but just make sure it doesn't reduce too much or the vegetables will burn. It's very sad, and then you've got no stock. Gratefully, I've prepared some earlier. This is what it looks like when it's a finished product. So next up, we're going to chop all our veggies ready for the goulash. We'll start with the capsicums. Now, these are a bit manky, but that's okay. They're still perfectly fine inside. And we're just going to chop off the top and then de-seed these. An easy way to do that is just, you can see where the core is. You just slice away from the core and most of the seeds come off with it, just like that. Now, while I'm doing this, I want to talk about some of the spices I've got here. Sadly, we couldn't find any spices in the bin, and I wouldn't trust them even if they were. So we've got here some paprika here. We've also got some dried chili and garlic powder, and my little secret, a bit of cinnamon. Just sort of adds a little extra cold spice to the dish. Lastly, we've got some fresh chili, which I stole from my neighbour Roger. He's a rich bastard and I once saw him kick a pigeon. Roger, I hope you're watching. I've been stealing your chilies ever since then. It was so great to meet the Skip King. What a character. He said he's been skipping for as long as skips have existed, which is about 70 years. Makes me wonder how old he is. Okay, I've de-seeded the capsicum. Now I'm just going to slice it into thin strips. Just slicing it thinly, like so. Now this won't exactly be traditional because we've got green capsicums. Normally goulash is made with red capsicums and additionally lots of beef. So this is already untraditional, but that's okay. It's going to be delicious. Next we'll chop up the potatoes into about 1-inch chunks. And these sweet potatoes will add their own unique flavour to the stew and also help to bulk it up a little bit. And I'm just going to slice up these chilies quite finely. I like it rather spicy, so I'm going to add all of the chili. Okay, now we've got all our veggies prepped, it's time to start cooking. To start, I'm just going to put some oil in the bottom of a pan and put it on the heat. Once the oil's nice and hot, I'll throw in all the veggies at once and start sauteing them until they go a little bit crispy brown. Okay, the oil's hot, now we're going to add the veggies. It's important to make sure the oil's hot, otherwise the veggies are going to get sort of soaked in the oil before they start cooking and that gives them not a nice texture. They should make that little sizzling sound when you put them in. We're also going to put in a hefty amount of salt and pepper. Nothing sadder than a stew with no salt. And at this stage I'm also going to put in the garlic powder. I'll give that a good stir to make sure everything's all together. And let that saute for about 10 minutes until it's a little bit crispy brown. You know, it's wonderful to make something like this that cost almost nothing. It came from a bin. It's just terrible to think of all the food waste that happens. Almost 400,000 kilos are thrown away every year. Alright, we just need to leave that for a few minutes. Now this has been simmering for about 10 minutes and the liquid has pretty much completely reduced. You can tell because when you scrape the spoon along the bottom, it leaves behind a little trail, just like that. At this stage, we're ready to add some red wine and our tomatoes. So I'll just pour that in. About 60 mils is good. And I've got a can of tomatoes. And then we'll stir that through, along with the rest of our stock, up to 1 litre. And then we'll leave that on medium heat until it's pretty much completely reduced and it'll be nice and thick and saucy. Then it'll be ready to serve with some nice sour cream. Okay, so now that sauce has reduced pretty much completely, we're just about ready to serve. Now something that a lot of people do is they mix through some sour cream into the pot itself just before they serve it so that it gets extra creamy and a little bit thicker as well. Just going to mix that through. And that will thicken the sauce and just make it a little bit creamier. And then we're ready to serve. Now this is something you can serve over rice or just as it is on its own. I like to serve it without rice just because it feels a bit more decadent. If you want to feel really flash, serve it with a little extra sour cream. And it's ready to eat. Homemade Hungarian goulash. I'm going to have a bite and see how it tastes. It's good. It's got really complex flavours because of all the spices we put in there. It's quite spicy, but that's the way I like it. It's got that real sweet sort of strong flavour from the paprika, and the creamy sour cream just brings it all together really neatly. I'm going to take a bowl to the Skip King and I'll catch you next time.